So this is an update on some of my larger Oncidiums that have things going on with them. So this one I purchased from Cloud's Orchids in September. It's a Miltassa Shalobe. It has 2 new growths, and these ones are pretty cool because they have the variegation on the ends of their leaves. And so this one I don't think has ever bloomed. It did say it was a blooming size. I hope that I can get it to bloom off of these 2 new growths. Also from the growths there are some new root tips. So this one's exciting. Then I also have this one. It's also purchased from Cloud's Orchids. It's the Alicera Pacific Nova. It's a bit smaller. There's not as many pseudobulbs, but I did get one to get pretty much the same size as the older growths, and I do have a new growth from that one. The only thing with this one is I noticed it does have some brown spots on the newest pseudobulb, and there is some discoloration on the pseudobulb that isn't on the others, so I'm not too sure. I think it could be a fungus or this type though I did read that it does have issues with spotting on its leaves, but the older ones don't have the same spotting as the newest ones, so I'll have to keep an eye on that one. It does have some really cool new root growth, a lot of new green root tips, which is awesome. I did repot this one recently as well, so hopefully it likes this new bark and media that I put in it. So then I did get the 2 in the grocery store. There's no IDs on this one. I did repot this one as well since I purchased it from the store. I had to remove 2 of the old pseudobulbs. They looked like they were starting to rot, and they were really low in the old media. So, and then it would have been much deeper as well because it seems to grow up. The newest growths are higher and higher on this type. I did notice though, since I've changed it to this one, it is nice and damp, but it did start to shrivel on one of its older pseudobulbs. But the newest one's still pretty plump. I did just cut the flower spike off. All the flowers were spent on it. And it does have 2 new growths. One's a little bit larger than the other. Seeming to do well. I wish I had a name tag on it. I don't know the type of this one. I just know it's an Oncidium type. Then I did have another one that I purchased from the grocery store, no ID. It was doing really well as well. I haven't repotted it because it did have a flower spike, and I didn't want to disturb it too much because look at this. Now, as I look at them closely, it seems like there's multiple flowers on each one of these. They don't, the weird part is, I look closely, it seems like there's more than one flower producing on each of these little, I guess, growth. I don't know. All I know is when I got the original one, it had one spike, but it seemed like it had branches, a lot of branched out. But this one, I thought it was just flowers coming out, but it seems like these are some branches, so I might get multiple blooms on each. But I've counted so far 15 possible flowers. And this one is scented. I think it's like some sort of sherry baby, but I think it's crossed with something else because it's got, the scent is really sweet, but the flowers have like white and yellow and burgundy. It's a dark color, purple. But it's a really lovely flower, and I'm excited to see the growth on it. And this is the update on some of my favorite Oncidiums and what they're doing at the moment.